If you walk into any dealership in America and ask for the truck in the commercial, the one advertised at $39,000, the salesperson will smile and say sure. Then they will walk you to the back corner of the lot where a single stripped-down ghost of a vehicle has been baking in the sun for 6 months. No alloy wheels, no touchscreen, no power seats. Steel rims, rubber floor mats, and a 7-inch screen from 2015. You are looking at a truck that costs $44,000 and is deliberately built to be unlivable. That is not an accident. That is a strategy, and today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Every major automaker in America operates on the same business model. They build a base trim that exists almost exclusively for one purpose: advertising. When Ford runs a Super Bowl commercial and flashes starting at $39,330 across the screen, they are showing you a regular cab, two-wheel drive F-150 with a vinyl bench seat and no bed liner. That truck is not built for you. It is built for the commercial. The truck Ford actually wants to sell you starts $8,000 higher, and the gap between what they advertise and what they pressure you into buying is where the real money is made. Here is the anatomy of the trap. Take the best-selling vehicle in America, the Ford F-150. The base model XL in a Super Crew configuration starts at roughly $44,000. It comes with a 7-inch touchscreen, manual cloth seats, steel wheels with plastic hubcaps, and halogen headlights. There is no blind spot monitoring. There is no power tailgate. The seats do not heat. The mirrors do not fold. It is a $44,000 truck that feels like it was built in 2012. Now look at the XLT, which is the trim Ford actually wants to sell you. It starts at roughly $48,000. For that $4,000 jump, suddenly you get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, aluminum wheels, better cloth seats, and zone lighting. But here is what Ford is not telling you. The hardware cost difference between those two trims is a fraction of the $4,000 price gap. Alloy wheels cost roughly $150 more to manufacture than steel. A larger screen module costs maybe $80 more at scale. Ford is charging you thousands for components that cost them pennies. And Ford is not even the worst offender. Walk into a Chevrolet dealership and look at the Silverado. The work truck starts at roughly $44,500. The LT starts at $52,400. That is nearly an $8,000 gap. The work truck gives you a tiny 7-inch touchscreen, vinyl seats, and no heated anything. The LT suddenly has a 13.4-inch premium display, heated seats, a power driver seat, and a full digital instrument cluster. Chevrolet intentionally cripples the base model so aggressively that no reasonable human being would choose to live with it. Then they present the LT as the reasonable middle ground. You feel like you are making a smart compromise. In reality, you just fell into the exact pricing corridor they engineered you to land in. But wait, it gets worse. Toyota does something even more calculated with the RAV4. The LE starts at $29,250. The XLE is only $1,500 more. That sounds like a bargain until you realize what Toyota stripped out of the LE to make that gap feel irresistible. The base model has no blind spot monitoring, no power driver seat, no dual zone climate control, no push button start, no alloy wheels, and no smart key. These are not luxury features. These are basic safety and comfort items that were standard on mid-trim vehicles a decade ago. Toyota deliberately withholds blind spot monitoring, a safety feature that prevents lane change accidents, from the cheapest version of the most popular SUV in America. Then they charge you $1,500 to get it back. That is not trim strategy. That is a safety feature held hostage for a price upgrade. And here is the part of the scam that almost nobody understands. The base models that dealers stock are rarely intended to be sold to retail customers at all. They exist for fleet buyers, rental companies, and commercial accounts. When you see a work truck or an XL on the lot, it is often there as a legal requirement so the dealer can advertise that starting price. Industry data shows the average new vehicle transaction price in America is now pushing $49,000, which is $5,000 to $10,000 above most base model MSRPs. That number does not land there by accident. It lands there because every trim ladder in the industry is mathematically designed to walk you from the advertised base price to the mid-tier sweet spot where automaker profit margins are highest. You are not choosing a trim level. You are being funneled through a pricing corridor that was engineered before the vehicle was even designed. So what do? First, stop comparing trims within the same model. That is the game they want you to play. Instead, compare across brands at the same price point. A loaded Honda Civic at $32,000 gives you heated seats, blind spot monitoring, a full digital dash, and wireless CarPlay. That is the same feature set a Toyota RAV4 charges you $35,000 to unlock. Second, if you are buying a truck, look at the previous model year in a mid-trim that has been sitting on the lot. Dealers will discount a leftover XLT by $3,000 to $5,000 before they will discount a brand new base model by a single cent. Third, never walk into a dealership and say I want the base model. Say I want these specific features and tell me the cheapest way to get them. That forces the salesperson off the trim ladder and into real negotiation. The base model was never built for you. It was built to get you through the door so they could sell you the truck they actually make money on. The advertised price is the bait. The trim jump is the trap. Now that you understand how the ladder works, you never have to climb it again. If you are learning something from this, hit subscribe. I break down the financial traps hidden inside everyday purchases every single week. The trim level scam is not just running inside your dealership. The exact same psychological pricing ladder is being used right now to sell you a phone, a mattress, and a streaming subscription. If you want to see how the 3-tier pricing trap works across every industry in America, click the video on your screen right now.